Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group KA05. We'll present about manufacturing of recycled plastic this week. Now I will introduce my group members. My name is Muhammad Amirul Naim bin Hakimi, Aika bin Abdul Rahim, and Amirul bin Abdul. Now we will move to the chapter 1, which is introduction. Plastic breaks are the result of individual and collaborative efforts to address the country's plastic problem. The plastic break movement advocates the personalized plastic break technique in order to raise awareness of the implications and risk of plastic consumption. It also urges communities to take collective responsibility for their own plastic and use them to make valuable items through a collaborative process. There are several advantages of using plastic materials in construction materials, which is increase the strength of bricks and reduce weight from its original weight. The problem background of this research is firstly, bricks cannot be used to build houses or structures in some nations due to the fact that seismic activity in a region is the number, kind and size of earthquake experienced throughout time, causing houses and buildings to wreak damage over entire towns. Secondly, brick is more costly than many other construction materials. And thirdly, bricks can collect water, causing dampness and can give the impact to the brick. Now we will move to the objective. There are three objectives in the research. Firstly, what are the properties, manufacturing techniques, and overall strength of ordinary bricks? Second, what are the advantages of using recycled plastic materials in construction? And lastly, is it possible to construct it out of recycled plastic bricks that are both strong and effective to FU? Now we will move to the objective of the research, which is study the characteristic methods of manufacture and general strength of common bricks, to study the characteristics and advantages of plastic materials, which is recycled plastic in construction, and build bricks from recycled plastic that are sustainable, beautiful, and strong. There are two scopes of the research. Firstly, the scope of the study that we did was limited to the availability of ordinary bricks in Malaysia, since the majority of ordinary bricks used in Malaysia are only ordinary bricks. Secondly, this project does not use the process of burning or heating because it can have an impact on the environment because the burning of plastic causes harm to the greenhouse. The significance of the study is plastic are vital resources in the circular economy, and recycling them after their useful life with minimal environmental impact is the key to their long-term management. Because of the long-term durability of plastic, which is not already fully broken, the use of plastic is particularly ideal for producing strong and solid plastic-based goods. Next, I will continue this presentation with chapter 2, which is preparation. What is plastic? Plastic are a broad category of synthetic or semi-synthetic materials that contain polymers as a primary component. Plastic collection and recycling are mostly inefficient due to technological limitations in cleaning and separating post-consumer plastic for optimal reuse. The table here shows the types of plastic. There are 7 types of plastic, which is PET, HDPE, PVC, LDPE, PP, PS, and others. Here are some pictures of the bricks, which is sun-dried bricks, burnt clay bricks, fly ash brick, concrete brick, engineering bricks, sand lime brick, corrosion brick, and hollow brick.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirul bin Abdul Hamid. My metric number is AA200767. I would like to continue the presentation for the chapter 3 methodology. Alright, for the methodology, as we can see, they include about the procedure, about the process of the project. For the process of project, as we can see here, we start with a literature study of the specification, next journal review, and then we are preparing the procedure and mold for the manufacturing of bricks. And then we manufacture of bricks. We manufacture in the lab concrete in ETHM Pago campus. And then we testing the compressive strength of the bricks of the sample. And then we doing the discussion. And then the project was finished after we doing the discussion of the whole of the project. Alright, we move to the plastic specification. To manufacture the plastic brick, recycled plastic is used in this research. The plastic is used in the study because it conserves money and time. Specification of plastic can be used, as we can see here, the type LDPE. Name is a low density polyethylene. Example of the low density polyethylene plastic, bags, plastic films. And then PS, polystyrene. Example of the polystyrene is toys packaging. And the last but not least, PET, polyethylene terephthalate. The example of polyethylene terephthalate is mineral water plastic bottle. As we can see, as we know, For this project, we use PET plastic, polyethylene triplet plastic. The example plastic we use for this project is mineral water plastic bottle. Okay, so we move to the one of the important item in this project is brick dimension. The dimension of standard bricks vary per country are stated as depth times height times length. The dimension of standard bricks can be stated in imperial measurements such as inches or metric units such as millimeters. As we can see here, the mold size of the brick dimension on this project is 220 times 110 times 75 millimeters, which means the length of the bricks is 220. The width or depth of this brick is 100 and 110, and the height of the bridge is 75 millimeters. All right, as we can see here, this is one of the photo, two of the photo that we take about we can define the brick dimension. So this is the final product. So these are the brick, what the bricks looks like. Okay, this is the brick dimension, the example of the brick dimension on this project. All right, so we move to the procedure. The apparatus and tools. First, mold made from steel with the standard size of brick 2020 times 110 times 75 millimeters. Next, a compressor. Next, sieve machine. Next, plastic bottles, PET, type, cement, and last but not least, sand retain on filter number 8. Okay, for the procedure. First, we make brick mixing process. The process of mixing cement and sand. The mixture is based on the weight of the material used to make sure the dough is completely even. The kneading process is carried out so that the dough becomes sticky and flat. Next, preparation of mixtures. Number one, the mixing ratio used is 1:3, where 1 represents the cement and 3 represent the value of sand. Next, the mixture was mixed using the manual method. Okay, the process of compacting the dough into the brick mold. The cement bricks mixture is put to a pre-prepared mold for 3 bricks. The different size for each finishes bricks is 220 times 110 times 75 millimeters. Mixture compact to avoid cracks created in the middle of the brick and ensure the bricks are made evenly and perfectly. Next, plastic forming process. The PET plastic has been cut to the same length as 5 millimeters wide and 100 until 180 until 200 millimeters in length, arranged alternately perpendicular to the other plastic strip. It will form a layer of plastic on the full structure of the brick. Next, preservation process. After overnight, the brick samples are dry and undergo a hardening process in 7 days. Alright, after we manufacture the bricks, we must test the bricks with performance tests to get the data and analysis of the strength of the product and also the sustainability of the product and others analysis. So for this project, we use compression tests to performance tests on our project. In this study, several tests were conducted on these plastic mixed cement bricks. Among these tests is the compressive strength test. Compressive strength tests are carried out in accordance with BS 66073 Part 1, 1981 to obtain the strength of the brick. Bricks that have reached the age of 7 days will be put into the compression machine to obtain a reading value of the compression strength of the bricks. Finally, the load of the bricks level fade to be recorded for calculation purpose. So this is the procedure of the compression test, okay, as we can see here. First, place the sample in the center of the test plate with the flat surface of the sample. Next, make sure the concave pipe is at the top during the test. Next, apply compression at a uniform rate with a value of 14 Newton per millimeter square or 140 kilogram per centimeter square each minute. Do this until the sample fails and record the maximum pressure value. And lastly, the load pressure the load pressure to the failure of the sample is the maximum compression at which the sample fails to product the next incremental distribution at the test machine reading indicator. Alright, okay, this is, as we can see here, this is the footage or picture about the whole procedure in the manufacturing the bricks. So for the next chapter 4, I would like to call Ahmad Haikal to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Haikal bin Ibrahim, metric number 224. I'll be explaining about chapter 4, which is data analysis. Okay, for data analysis, you need to study the characteristics, method of manufacture and general strength of common brick. For characteristics of common brick is, first, the main material used is a mixture of sand, cement and water. Second, buildings or houses are at a risk of cracking compared to the use of red brick. Third, the price is a little cheaper than the red brick according to its quality. Fourth is, lack of use of plaster cement due to the uniform shape of the bricks. Lastly is, the uniform shape makes the brick arrangement easy to stack. For methods of manufacture common brick, first is make the mixture first by mixing cement with sand, fly ash and lime in a ratio of 1:2. If using only fly ash or lime or a mixture without sand, then the cement composition is 70% of the mixture. Second, pour enough clean water into the mixture. The water mixture should not be too much and not too little, as it can affect the bricks that will be produced. In general, the water added is as much as 0.4 to 0.6 of the amount of cement used. Third, the mixing process must be carried out so that the mixture is completely smooth. The nature of the mixture should be changed to be homogeneous and the type designed accordingly, which ranges between 1.8 to 2.2 kg per liter. If the stirring is not finished, water needs to be added adequately. 4. After the mixture is done, the mixture must be formed with a special mold by pouring the mixture into a mold and then flatten the surface to dry and obtain a perfect result. The complaint was left for about 12 hours. 5. The next day, the dough is carefully removed from the mold. Then the mixture is transferred to an open drying place, but the place is protected from sunlight. And lastly is, the form of treatment that should be given to the bricks during the drying process includes watering for 10 consecutive days. It is meant that the drying takes place slowly so that the bricks do not crack. Then on the 15th day, these bricks can be placed in the storage warehouse. These bricks can be used after the age reaches the 20th day. Next is general strength of common brick. Typically, the compressive strength or crushing strength of brick is between 1000 psi and 1500 psi. In general, the compressive strength of first class brick is approximately 1493 psi. For ordinary construction bricks, it is around 498 psi, and for second class brick, it is around 996 psi. For characteristics of plastic materials recycled used in construction, there are 6 characteristics, which is strong, durable, waterproof, lightweight, easy to move and recyclable. There are 3 advantages of using plastic in construction. First is lightweight. It is significantly lighter than concrete. Moving goods from one location to another requires significantly less energy. This is not only helps with transportation, but it is also highly adaptable in terms of placing it underground, in apartments or in walls. Second is waterproof. The waterproof nature of plastic makes the use of plastic materials in construction difficult to rot or damage. Lastly is recyclable. Recyclable plastics can help the environment from being polluted, especially to living things that can pose various risks, especially to the environment. Compressive strength of the brick that contains plastic as an additive agent. Figure 12 and 13 illustrate the compressive strength after 7 days of drying when recycled plastic was added to cement brick. By using recycled plastic as an additional agent in the brick manufacturing process, the compressive strength of the bricks was improved when compared to standard cement bricks. The graph depicts the result of the compression test done on plastic-based bricks. This compression test was carried out using a compression machine located in the Hitachi Pago campus concrete laboratory. Lastly, compressive strength of the bricks that contain plastic as an additive agent is the study used a cement sand water ratio of 3, 1 and 0.5 in the process of manufacturing bricks from recycled plastic. The compressive strength achieved after compression for the data given in figure 12 is 45.71 MPa, while the compressive strength obtained for the data presented in figure 13 is 40.22 MPa. The average compressive strength of the two measurements was 42.97 MPa. Based on the literature review of research that have been conducted, the highest compressive strength of 2.2 MPa was obtained using standard Portland cement and a cement sand water ratio of 0.8 and 0.625.
Hi, back to me again. I would like to continue the chapter 5 conclusion to conclude the whole project. Alright, for the conclusion, Plastic is being used as an environmentally friendly brick mix by preparing a mixture of components such as concrete cement mix and plastic bottle fragments. Every total of the each sample is 400 grams, which means the 4 kilograms. For the data provided from the PCB one sample, the composite strength obtained after compression is 45.71 MPa megapascal, whereas the composite strength obtained from the data for the PCB 02, the sample 2, is 40.22 megapascal. The true measurement average compressive strength was 42.77 42.97 megapascal. The conventional Portland cement brick generate the highest compressive strength of 2.2 megapascal, according to the review of the study, with a cement sand water ratio of 10.8 10.8 0.65. Thus, it can be shown that plastic bricks are equally durable as uh, traditional bricks. The strength of bricks is further increased by the technique of stacking plastic in alternative layers, which means it's achieved in our project. All right, I think that's all from us, Group KA05. Before that, we would like to admit it that, yeah, our project is not a completely achieved of what we want, uh, of the objective and also what we want. But we also hope this idea, our idea, will not stop in here. If we continue in the future, so we can enhance the ideas to make a civil engineering material, not just a bricks, made by recycled materials to keep our world safe and sustain for the future. That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.